friends. Today we're going to read Junie B, first grader, Dumb Bunny by Barbara Park. This is the second chapter. Clothes and Nubs. Lucille was still mad at lunch. I just don't get it, she grouched. How could anyone forget the Easter Bunny? The Easter Bunny brings candy right to your door. Lenny did a frown at her. He doesn't bring candy to my door, Lucille, he said. The Easter Bunny is a different religion than me. I'm Jewish. Shirley nodded. I'm Jewish too, Lucille, she said. I've never ever had an Easter egg hunt. What do you wear to something like that anyway? Lucille stood up and she fluffed herself. Well, since the Easter Bunny and I am the same religion, I'm going to wear a fancy Easter dress, she said. Shirley thought for a moment, then she nodded. I guess I will wear a fancy Jewish dress, she said. Lenny's eyes lit up. Really, Shirley? You mean we have our own clothing line? He asked. He smiled. Then I think I will wear a fancy Jewish pants, he said. My friend named Herbert tapped on his chin. Let's see. Since I'm a Presbyterian, I guess I will wear a Presbyterian pants, he said. He turned and looked at me. Presbyterian means we iron out our wrinkles, I think, he said. Just then, Sheldon slapped the table with his hand. Hey, I know. I will wear a fancy turban. A fancy turban is religious clothes, right? He asked. I love fancy turbans. Mr. Scary was listening to us while he ate. He quick put down his sandwich. Boys and girls, you're getting way off track here, he said. Lucille's Easter egg hunt is not a religious party. Really. I've spoken to Mother about it. It's more of a spring picnic with an Easter egg hunt activity. Is that right, Lucille? Yes, she said. My mother said Easter Bunny isn't even working that day. He's just going to hop around the party and smile and have his picture taken with people. I thought about that for a second. I don't think bunnies should smile, I said. Bunnies have yellow teeth, like clown teeth, except bunny teeth are way pointier. Sheldon nodded. My Aunt Bunny has a pointy tooth, he said, and she can stab a pickle with it. And the pickle just stays there. All of us stared at him. Sheldon was the internetist family I've ever heard. Lucille did a big breath. Well, I don't care about the pointy bunny teeth, she said. Bunnies have cute floppy ears and fluffy tails and itchy twitchy little noses. I kept on picturing their teeth. Bunny teeth can nibble your head into a nub, I said. No, they cannot, Junie B, she said back. Oh, yes, they can, Lucille. Whatever your last name is, I said. I saw it on Oprah. Mr. Scary stared at me. I ducked down in my seat and I quieted my voice. Oprah has a lot of nub information, I said very soft. Mr. Scary glared again. I started to squirm. Teachers can spot a fib a mile away. At recess, Lucille told us more about the party. She said that there was going to be lots of delicious food we can eat, plus there was going to be exciting prize for the Easter egg winner. I can't wait till you hear this, she said. My daddy is going to ride a real pretend golden egg. And anyone who finds that golden egg will be the grand prize winner for the day. And that is a fabulous day play date with me, Lucille. She twirled around and hugged herself. And it's not just an old-fashioned play date with me either, she said. The winner is going to get to go swimming with me in my heated indoor swimming pool that we just had enclosed. She said a little shiver and rubbed her arms. Isn't that exciting, everyone? She said. Doesn't that give you the tinkles? I looked around. Well, doesn't it? She said, huh? Doesn't it make you tinkle all over? All the children looked curious at each other. Herbert rocked back and forth on his feet. I think you mean tingles, he said. Jose nodded. See, Lucille, you definitely do mean tingles, not tinkles, he said. Lucille squinted with those two. Tingles, tinkles, whatever. The point is, a play date with me gives you goosebumps on your arms, she said. Just look at your arms, people. Don't you see them? Don't you see the goosebumps? All of us looked at our arms. None of us saw the goosebumps. We waited and waited real patient. And finally, goosebumps! Shouted Sheldon. I see goosebumps, Lucille. He ran to her and pointed. Look, Lucille! See him? See him? See my goosebumps? He asked. Lucille's face beamed very happy. Oh, Sheldon, those are the goosebumpiest bumps I've ever saw. Thank you, Shelley. Thank you for all those goosebumps, she said. After that, she gave him a big hug, and she waved her fingers at us. Well, ta-ta, everyone, she said. It's time to go look at myself in the cafeteria window. Then she shook her shiny hair and she skipped away. Sheldon kept on standing there. He was shocked from the hug, I think. Then, all of a sudden, his whole face lighted up and he began to shout, Lucille! Wait up! I'll look at myself in the window too, he shouted. Then he skipped off after her. I smiled to see that. I think Sheldon has a crunch on Lucille, I said to my friend Herbert. Herbert gave me a funny face. You mean crush, Junie B. He has a crush on Lucille, he said. I started to laugh. Don't be ridiculous, Herbert. I definitely meant crutch, and it's excellent at expressions. Herb looked funny at me again. I do not know why. After a minute, Sheldon and Lucille skipped past us. They were smiling and giggling and chasing each other. Sheldon was calling to her. Come back here, come back, you little lamb, he said. I slapped my knee. Springy little lamb, ha! He called her a springy little lamb. That is a hoot, I said. May heard me talking. It's not funny, Junie B. Can't you see what he's doing, she said. Sheldon is trying to get in good with Lucille, so she'll tell him where the golden egg is hidden. He's just trying to win the play date to swim in her pool. She followed him with her eyes. He's not going to get away with it, though, she said. After that, she cupped her hands around her mouth and she shouted after him and her. You can just forget it, Sheldon Potts. I'm going to be the one who finds the golden egg, not you. I've got my eye in there like a red-tailed hawk. I looked at her very curious. May has a lot of bird parts, I believe. Also, she is a cuckoo, and that is not name calling, that is just the truth. Okay, friends, that's chapter 2 of Junie B, first grader, Dumb Bunny. See you tomorrow.